In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this super cute plate for Santa's cookies. Now, vinyl is great to put on a lot of things, but you shouldn't put it where it will come in direct contact with food. And that's because vinyl isn't food safe. Well, this project is an easy way to make a food safe plate with vinyl. I'll show you how to reverse the vinyl and put it on the back of the plate so it never touches the food. Now let's take a look at the supply list and get started on this project. For this project, you'll need a clear glass plate, vinyl, and I used red and green, a ruler, rubbing alcohol, a dry erase marker, your scraper, transfer tape, a weeding tool, your Cricut, a cutting mat, and the cut file. So grab these supplies and then head over to your computer. So the first thing we need to do is grab the SVG file we'll be using for this project. You can get it for free over on my blog at burtonavenue.com. I keep all the SVG files for these projects that I make and share in this free SVG library. These files will work with all kinds of cutting machines and they're free to everyone. Once you're on my site, just go ahead and click on Free SVG Files and then Free SVG Library. You will need a password to get into the library, and there are instructions on the screen if you need to get one. Once you're in the library, you can search for the file Cookies for Santa. It will either be listed under the most recent projects and cut files or under the category Christmas. You can also use your browser search to find it. This file will also have the unique code BA1418 after the name to make finding the file a little bit easier. Once you've found the file, go ahead and click on it, and the files will be downloaded onto your computer. Now, when you download these files online, they come in a zipped folder and they'll need to be unzipped or extracted before you can use them in Cricut Design Space. To do this, you'll need to go to the location where downloaded files are saved onto your computer. Once you're there, look for that zipped folder that we just downloaded and double click on it. A new window should open up and somewhere you should see the option to extract or unzip. Click on that and another window will open up. And this will show you the destination where the unzipped files will be saved onto your computer. You need to remember this location because you'll have to get to it once we're in Cricut Design Space. So go ahead and click on Extract, and those files will be unzipped and they're now ready to use. So let's head over to Cricut Design Space and start a new project. Once you're on the canvas screen, you're going to draw a circle that is the same size as your plate. So click on Shapes and then click Circle, and then go up and change the width so it matches your plate. And mine's 10.5 inches. And if you make sure your lock is closed, the height should also change. Now draw another circle that is the same size as the bottom of your plate. And mine is 6 3/4 inches. Next, you're going to select both of those circles and click on Align and Center, and then right click and choose Attach. And that will just lock both of those circles together. Now we're going to draw one more circle and make it about 1/4 inch. And then select all of those circles and choose Align and Center again. Now this little circle is something that we're going to use to help us center the design once it's on the plate. So now that we've got all that done, we can bring our design onto our canvas screen. So go ahead and click on the Upload button, and then click Upload Image, and then click on Browse. And now you'll want to go to that location where those unzipped files were saved onto your computer. Once you're inside of the folder, you'll see several different file types listed, and we are going to be using the SVG. And sometimes the SVG might actually show up as a Chrome HTML document or Microsoft Edge HTML document or something like that. So if you don't see SVG in this list, be sure to look for one of those. So select the file and then click Open. Make sure it's the file you want to work with and then click Save. Select the design one more time and then click Insert Images. And now the design will appear on your Canvas screen. And so now you can just resize it so that it looks good on those circles. Now we can select everything and align and center one more time. And now you can click on that outside circle and delete it. The next thing that we're going to do is ungroup the design so that we can work with the individual colors. So you can right click and choose Ungroup. The next thing that we want to do is attach all of the red elements to this little circle. And we're actually going to do this over on this right panel. We're going to scroll down until we find the red elements. And you can just click up here and that will select all of the red. And then scroll down a little bit further till you find that little gray circle. Hold down your Shift key and click on that. And then you should be able to click Attach. And everything will change the same color. And I'm going to go back up here and change it back to red. And now I'm just going to move these red designs over here so that I can work with the green layers. So I'm going to select each of these individual groups and right click and choose Attach. And the reason I'm not attaching all of these green elements together is because I want to save vinyl. And if I just attach each group together, when we go to make it, the Cricut will automatically place these designs close together and save vinyl. So I think that that's all that we actually need to do here. So let's click on the green Make button. And now you'll see the design on the two different mats. We have the red mat and the green mat. And you can see these designs are just really close together and they'll save us a lot of vinyl. Now, because we are putting these designs on the bottom of the plate, we need to mirror both colors. And don't forget to do this or the project won't work and you'll have to put the vinyl on top of the plate. Now that everything looks good, click on the green Continue button. And once Design Space finds your machine, you'll be taken to this screen. Make sure that your dial is set to vinyl and then you can go load your mat. So place a piece of vinyl on your cutting mat and smooth it out so there aren't any wrinkles or bubbles. Then load it into your Cricut by pressing the up and down arrow button. When your Cricut is ready to cut, you'll see the C button light up. Press this and the machine will begin cutting. Once it's finished cutting, you can press the up and down arrow button again to unload your mat. Repeat these steps with the green vinyl. Once all the vinyl is cut, you can weed away any excess vinyl. You can use a weeding tool to pull out the small pieces inside of the letters and the berries. Once everything is weeded, you can apply the transfer tape. And I like to place the transfer tape on my work surface and then put the vinyl on top of that. Then smooth everything down with your scraper and trim off the excess transfer tape. You'll also want to cut apart the two green words and the two sections of leaves. Use your scissors to poke a small hole in the center of the vinyl backing, and then remove a small section of this backing. You can either cut it away or tear it away. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to expose that little dot and some of the transfer tape. Now you'll want to cut large slits between each section of the red words and berries. Now that the vinyl is ready to go, let's get our plate ready. With your plate right side up, use a dry erase marker and place a small circle in the center of the plate. Then flip your plate over and wipe it down with some rubbing alcohol. Once the plate has dried, you can place the vinyl on the bottom of your plate. Match up that vinyl circle with the little dot you made on the plate. Press down where the transfer tape is exposed so the design will stick to your plate. Now take one section of the design and pull off the vinyl backing. You should be able to rip off that section of backing and remove it from the plate. Then press down the center of your word onto your plate. Move your thumbs outward and press down the rest of the letters. Repeat these steps until all the sections of the red design have been pressed down. And now you can carefully pull off the transfer tape. Next, grab one of those green sections of vinyl and pull off the backing. Position it on the plate and rub over the letters, and then remove the transfer tape. Now repeat all of those steps until all of the green vinyl has been applied. Wipe off the dot in the center of the plate and your project is done. Now you have a super cute food-safe plate for Santa's cookies. I love this plate because you can still see the design even when the plate is full of delicious cookies for Santa. If you like this project and want to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe so you'll get notified each time I post a new video. See ya!